Correctly with the correct amount.
D20 Radio, where gamers roll.
www.d20radio.com.
So when is Voltaire doing the worrying his ring?
He's probably worrying his ring about halfway to the preserve.
Okay, yes. So he's worrying his ring, and he feels a hand on his shoulder.
Ugh.
And then that voice from before.
Okay.
You are heading into a trap, my son. And then it's gone. And anyone who was watching would have seen that faint negative light radiance around him for just a sec.
So did Cayden feel it?
Mm-hmm.
Starting to get kind of familiar now. He's felt it multiple times now.
Voltaire.
Yes?
Normally I don't like to intrude, but why do you keep glowing?
Oh, call it inspiration.
You feeling particularly inspired?
Well, I don't personally trust whoever gave me this, but supposedly we are walking into a trap.
Oh,
fun.
Now, is this the same kind of inspiration that led us to the Luxor attack?
Yes.
And is this also the inspiration that led us to the reserve, where we could find the true name of our wonderful skinwalker friend?
Yes, it comes in at rather opportune times, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Indeed.
Do you not trust the person who gave it, or do you not trust the information given?
Oh, I don't trust the person who gave it.
So it's a person that's giving you this info?
Yes.
Should we trust this person, or
may I ask who or whom, whichever one is correct?
Well, in all technicalities, the person who is informing me of such wonderful things would be considered my father.
And that would be the reason why your blood glows? Question mark?
Elianna gives Joan a look.
Rian just folds his arms across his chest because he's now intrigued as to what we're getting into.
I love how his response to being interested is, I'm going to fold my arms now.
That's his thinking position.
Yeah, it's his thinking position.
Like mine is slumping down in my chair and putting my hands like this on my eyebrows for some reason. He folds his arms.
Kaylin knows my thinking position. It's
Aaron
like cocking my
cocks
head,
his
to the side
head,
and looking
squints
up.
his eyes, and then leans back like...
And like looks up.
So, Voltaire, can we trust him or the information he's given us then?
Well, I personally don't trust the man, but he hasn't exactly lied to us.
Yet.
So if this is a trap that we're heading into, how do you think we should proceed now?
Well, the best way to counteract a trap is to go right through it.
Whether or not this information is trustworthy, I don't think it would hurt to act as if this is a trap. I have a stone of glamour, if that's helpful.
What exactly does that do?
Do you not know what a glamour is?
We've encountered a glamour very recently.
I understand how it works, but I've never heard of something like a stone of glamour. Is it just a stone that create glamour for you?
Essentially, yes.
All right, that's all my question was.
Does it only work on one person, or can it work on a group?
It's a one-person deal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish I had more, but I didn't think I would need 5 of them.
I might be able to do more than one person, though.
So we are going undercover.
I am a wizard raised by fairies.
You sound so excited.
Well, it's not usually the way I conduct business, but I've always enjoyed the notion.
Undercover is always more fun anyway.
Never done undercover before, but sneaking up on your prey is always a good thing.
Or walking right into the prey zone trap. That's always my favorite thing to do.
You see, that's usually what I do.
Okay, well, so I could pretty easily imagine what I could make Ellie, myself, and Voltaire look like. The real question is figuring out what to make Rian and Cayden look like. You guys aren't going to cut it as she. You're not good enough liars. Just saying.
I take no offense to that.
That's fair.
And of course, by lying, I mean lying in every way other than just lying.
God has.
Did you understand what that meant, Rian?
Yes, I did.
They can't lie, but they're really good at talking circles around you. You guys can't talk circles.
Wow.
You can barely talk squares.
Joan, is now the time. Is now the time to be this way.
They asked for explanation.
All right.
I mean, she's not wrong.
I was just giving them the explanation they asked for.
What the heck are those?
Elianna face palms.
Actually, we didn't ask for an explanation as to what you would turn this into and why it wouldn't work. You just gave that on your own, Joan.
Yeah, he does have a point about that.
So anyone have any ideas what we can make Rian and Cayden look like?
Ogres?
Perhaps nothing too embarrassing.
I wouldn't want another ogre to give them a friendly, punch in the shoulder and them to break.
That wouldn't be good.
I would appreciate that.
Especially seeing it that shoulder would be more in the region of the top of their skull.
Mm-hmm.
Prisoners?
That makes me feel so much better.
Why would we have prisoners? Who's taking prisoners?
Yeah, we're
Fae are just leaving.
We're pretending to be Seelie Fae, not unseelie.
Excuse me.
Seelie Fae don't need to take prisoners.
It's going to be real easy to disguise Ellie here. She's,
I'm halfway there already.
Yeah. A little harder to disguise me. A little harder to disguise you, but...
We could turn... No, never mind.
It's not like humans aren't allowed in the reserve.
Yeah. Humans are allowed. We're just going to want to try to get into the areas where all the Fae are, which are going to most likely be glamored in a way that humans would not consciously avoid them, but...
Could we pass them as changelings?
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how to talk yet, but they have some Seelie in them.
That's possible. Rian, how do you feel about having some horns?
Rian just rolls his eyes. If it gets us in there, then do it.
Good. All right. I might have some ideas here. Okay. Let's see what I can do here.
There's also...
Yeah?
Do we want Joe and Billy to wait with the car, or do we want them to come in with us?
It's going to be hard enough
too
for
many
me
people.
to... Yeah.
You can still give the stone to one of them, right?
Well, we'll see if I can get all of us first.
Yeah, see how you do.
All right, so this will be based with additional illusion and realism. We want this to be...
Does that mean, I can talk with my accent, but it'll come across as not an accent? Or do I have to actually,
Well, you're going to be a changeling anyways.
Oh, that's
fair. So you can be a changeling from Texas.
Yeah, all right.
As long as the horns don't ruin the hat.
I kind of doubt that Joan's going to pay much consideration to that, based on how much consideration she pays to any other person in general.
It's true.
How is it that Rian and Cayden got to be characters with the hardest, fashion style out of the entire group?
Because we don't go doing formal stuff all the time. We're out in the field, getting dirty, getting nasty, with fighting monsters.
All right, I'm going to flip the story point as the GM.
Oh.
Did we want to flip
I
it
would
back?
like to.
Yes. I don't...
Okay.
What?
I don't think Voltaire would be able to offer the services of his valuable facts skill, would he?
Yeah, well, we're doing this because of the fact that we know it's a trap.
It's a trap.
Okay.
Cool.
Or at least that was what spurned us to try to make this glamour happen.
Okay.
Spurn.
Then I make a hard knowledge check.
What's your knowledge? Supernatural?
Rank 2, intellect 3. And I would like to I would like to use the disposable story point from all the facts.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. You failed with 3 advantages.
Dang it.
Darn it.
Ouch.
You can give Joan a blue die.
I'll take it. It's worth a try.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. With these 5 advantages, she's able to affect 6 people.
Dang.
Nice.
And with that triumph, we're going to make it even harder to tell that the illusion is fake.
Yes.
Beautiful.
And a daunting perception, daunting perception or vigilance check.
Yes. That's good, man.
Look at that.
Good.
And that's precisely as many people as we needed.
No, we still have 1 extra.
I have a stone of glamour.
Oh, that's true. You're right.
Okay, yeah, then we're
I
good.
need 6. Yeah.
We can all go in.
Let's
All
go
right.
to a Sealy party.
All right, so Joan focuses and then snaps her fingers. And then, so Cayden, I forget, does Cayden have a beard?
Yeah, it's a very nice trim one. Yeah.
Yeah, so Cayden's hair and beard are now bright green.
Ooh.
I like it.
I love it.
And his eyes are the same shade of green.
I want some more of it.
Oh, but yeah, okay.
And the goggles cannot be seen.
Cool.
Rian has, Joan changed her mind.
Oh.
Rian has a very small pair of antlers growing from his head.
Oh, that's so cool.
Hey. Okay.
The kind that peek out of his hair, but he can hide under the cowboy hat.
I love it.
Nice. I like it. What a Voltaire and Joan.
Joan, Voltaire, and Elianna now all look like she. They are immensely beautiful. They have cat-like slits for eyes. Eliana's hair is full, bright pink, and her eyes are the same color, but with the, way more vibrant green with cat-like slits. They all have the pointed ears. Voltaire's eyes, they look like storm gray.
Ooh, I like it.
They look like a summer storm. His hair looks like it's constantly being blown in the wind.
Yes.
I love that so much.
Yes.
So it's longer and it almost looks like storm clouds. There's highlights among the darkness that while it's moving around almost look like flashes of lightning.
Huh?
Nice.
So cool.
That's awesome.
Love it.
Joan's hair is now long. It's the same bright red, and her eyes are the same silver, but they are cat-like slits. Her ears are much more pointed. Joan and Elianna are both wearing extravagant gowns. Voltaire, he's already wearing a really nice suit. That didn't really need to change.
What about Rian and Cayden?
They're wearing more street clothes.
Okay.
They look like changelings.
How about Joe and
What about
Billy?
Joe and Bill?
Ah, yes, Joe and Billy. Well, which one of them is using the glamour stone?
Yeah.
Because Joan doesn't get to decide what that is, so that...
Oh no! Right? Huh? Okay.
But she does get to choose who.
Does Elianna give them any advice when she gives them the stuff? I think Joan would give Billy the illusion.
Oh no!
likes him better. Yeah, that seems right.
No.
That sounds right.
So Billy looks like a dwarf.
Ha! Nice.
Cool.
Or a gnome. Yeah, more like a gnome. Gnome are fey. Dwarves aren't. So he looks like a gnome. He's about 3 feet tall and has a decently sized beard.
That's amazing.
Little hat. Not the prettiest of features.
Okay. What is the closest Joe Faye equivalent?
You can see in Joe's eyes what he wants to make himself look like.
Okay, Joe,
no.
I'm gonna give this to you. Lives are on the line. You gotta be responsible with this, okay? We're not messing around here.
Yep.
Oh no.
I'm gonna love this either way.
Elianna just stares him in the eyes don't and slowly,
Don't mess with me.
Slowly hands over the stone.
Don't do anything.
He grabs it, and immediately he's a leprechaun.
Yeah.
Elianna just looks skyward and just
But Lucky Charms.
Joe, leprechauns don't look like they look like this, but they don't look like this.
Okay, quick, Joe. Joan's just can barely holding it. Okay. A couple tips. Sharper teeth, greener skin, and lose the hat.
Poor Joe. Rian doesn't see what's funny at all. He doesn't get it.
I love that.
Rian's never grew up with the leprechaun or anything of
That's fair.
that stuff. So he doesn't get what's funny to himself. He's like,
Joe, this is not what actual leprechauns look like. So, turn your skin the same shade of green as your clothes. Have your teeth, little, rows of shark-looking things, and lose the hat. But I like the hat.
Do you like the hat more than your life?
Alrighty, I'll get rid of the hat.
I'm sorry.
Alright, so he shifts, and he's got a much scarier-looking leprechaun situation on him. That better?
Yes.
Alright, well, Joe, don't talk.
Well, now that we're on this kind of subject, what exactly is going to be our story? Since certain of us can't really talk squares or circles, Yeah. It'd be nice if at least all of our stories, what we talk, are at least straight.
Olympus Industries is hunting down Sealy Faye. We don't want to get killed by Olympus Industries.
I'm just making sure that we're all on the same page.
Yes, of course.
Ellie, Voltaire, and I are minor sheep. Beautiful, but not very important.
So what does that make the rest of us?
Less important.
That makes you not important.
Well, that is still less than where you're at, but...
You're okay to be here, but you do not have much social influence.
Basically, yeah. You are enough to be ignored, and we are enough that people will be like, oh yeah, I've heard of you before. Just barely important enough that you can, people wouldn't expect to know you, but, if you stay, they'll pretend that they know you, yeah.
Sounds like how a lot of my recent years have been.
Wow.
What?
Okay.
Do you want to do we?
Well, okay, we'll talk about that later, Rian. But I don't know. I know that saying that I have a bad feeling about this is probably stupid at this point, since we all know why we have a bad feeling about this. But
you have a bad feeling about this?
It's more than that. I was leading into the fact that, not necessarily why are we walking into this trap, but why is it a trap in the first place? That they would know that we would, within us leaving the hospital, be coming straight here to set up a trap. Traps do take a little bit of time to set up, and we didn't necessarily have a direct lead straight here yet.
To be honest, they might not know that we are coming right now, but it would be reasonable to suspect that we'd end up there at some point, as this Morgause is clearly Sealy, and this is where the Sealy Fae are gathering. It is reasonable to guess that I at least would show up here, as I am at least partially Sealy.
We've also messed up enough of their plans that they probably assume we're going to continue doing it.
And that they would like us dead by this point.
We also showed up at the Luxor with no apparent leads, so...
I don't know.
So this should be fun.
I don't like it either.
Forgive me, dear old Papa isn't exactly the talkative type.
That's fine. I mean...
Alright, well...
I feel there's more to this than we really realize.
Oh, definitely.
Probably is.
I would be shocked if there weren't.
Oh, I actually need to do another thing. Sorry about this.
What?
I just realized before we leave this vehicle, I'm going to need to put a glamour over the glamour.
Why?
Yes, you are.
But a weaker glamour.
We can't just waltz in there looking like fully blown fae.
Because this is also a place, there are museums here, nature walkabouts.
They're
humans.
All right.
So it might be weird if a bunch of people with cat eyes and Step locked in. This one should be easier, just a relatively minor illusion so that the regular people don't.
Elianna pulls out her little compact mirror as Joan's casting this.
All right, that's good. Okay, you just feel like the shimmer go over you again. All right, so we're disguised as Fae, disguised as ourselves.
Disguised as ourselves?
Or, no, sorry, just a sec. That's better.
Like, the transformation happened and while Elianna was looking in the mirror, and then at first she looked kind of wistful, and then she, like, furrowed her eyebrows. She's like, wait a second.
Yeah, I look like realize in a second, like, wait, nope, that's
Hold
wrong.
on.
That defeats the purpose.
It's not correct.
Of the first one.
Okay, actually, I'm going to spend a story point, though, to, as the player, to maintain the more important illusion without costing a maneuver.
Okay.
Yep, that's fair. What's Joan's strain at right now?
She recovered a lot of it from sleeping and from the cool check. So not horrible.
Because she casted like just what, 2 or 3 spells?
That was two spells at least, right? Yeah.
Okay.
And then maintaining it doesn't cost strain.
Nope. Well, it would have because she's currently maintaining 2 spells. So that's why I had to do that. Otherwise, she
right. Okay, so then because then it would be using 2 maneuvers. You're right. Okay, that makes sense. Yep.
And she wouldn't be able to walk. She'd be
right. We'd have to like pick her up. She'd be like.
So we arrive at the preserve.
Reserve.
No, it's preserve.
Preserve.
Oh,
You've been saying
preserve.
it wrong, Cayden.
I'm sorry.
You've been saying reserve the entire time.
Switched it around. Look, I'm very tired and very stressed. There's a lot to think about.
Yeah, sorry. Spring's preserve because it's all about preserving.
You're preserving it. It is not a reserve.
Reserves are for animals. Preserves are for trying to maintain the last bit of nature we have in this desert.
Okay.
The last bit of oasis.
We arrive. What do we see?
It is a not the most busy day here.
It's because of nighttime.
That too.
Fair.
A lot of the things are closed, but there are some things that are open all night. This is Vegas after all. So there's some people walking around, not a whole lot, but we do see one guy with bright yellow hair. Like not blonde, but like dandelion yellow.
Oh, dang.
All right. Well, Elianna walks over to that guy.
Also, sorry, I forgot to mention.
Or not.
Elianna did not. Joan did not put the second glamour over Cayden or Rian.
Yep.
Because we already look normal.
Because we're changelings. We're semi-normal.
Normal enough.
Normal enough.
Rian just make sure his hat is covering his new.
And that's the whole thing. So when we try to enter the Fae area, Rian can take off his hat. So he's also walking deeper into the preserve.
Oh, well, I guess we follow him then, right?
Sure.
Yeah. And so we go in and we go past various buildings. There's a lot of plants here, but they're all this is still a desert. There's still desert plants. A lot of small trees and those shrubs that look like trees and flowers and stuff.
What about the cactus? Is there any cactus?
Yes, there are cacti. But this is not Arizona. We don't have the giant sequoias or whatever.
Right.
Saguaros.
Saguaros. Sequoia.
It's a tree.
A tree.
This,
you don't have those either.
We don't have the giant pronged cactuses that people think of when they think of cactuses. We see just one area that is particularly vibrant.
Seems like a safe bet.
That's the guy.
And Dandelion Boy walks in there and then sort of just vanishes around the corner.
All right. Nobody talk to anybody if you don't have to. Joan and I are going to take point.
Copy that.
Sounds like a plan.
Oh, Captain, my captain.
Cayden just raises a thumb.
Rian nods.
Shall we?
Joan starts walking.
Let's go.
All right, so we walk in and we turn the corner and suddenly we are in an area just filled with Fae. There is a courtyard just filled with vibrant growth. There are grapevines, which are not native, and other non-native plants to the area. People are kind of mixing around. There's some socializing going on. And at the far end, there is a way open. And in the center of the courtyard is a currently unoccupied throne that is surrounded by like flowers and grapevines and stuff.
Okay. Do I see Darcy anywhere?
Perception check.
Oh, shoot. I keep meaning to put stuff into perception, and then I don't do that.
You rely on Cayden too much.
I sure do. 1 yellow and 2 green.
How difficult of a check is this?
It's not super hard. It's just
a crowd.
There's a crowd of people, so it's going to be a hard check.
Can I get a bonus because I'm used to picking Darcy out of a crowd of Sealy?
All right, yeah.
Yes!
1 good. Success. All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That doesn't even mean
you're
that
looking
they were-
around and you see Darcy.
Yes. Okay, cool.
And then Joan is going to drop the one illusion,
The glamour.
the weaker one.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I look like myself, but fully Sealy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You look around and you see Darcy mingling with some other Fae. They've got like a wine glass in one hand and they're chatting up to other she.
I don't think they're ever not doing any of those things. Elianna's...
They never don't have a wine glass in their hand and they're never not chatting someone up.
Precisely.
Where am I?
Elianna's gonna roll up to Darcy because she's not gonna go around asking people she doesn't know, hey, do you know who Daelga is or where she might be?
Turns around, just like, oh, well, Elianna.
Do you like it?
All right, he's going to make a vigilance check. Let's see if he can.
They!
Huh?
They!
Let's see if they.
Sorry, I said he, didn't I? I'm
You
sorry.
did. That's
they.
okay.
I don't know why. Darcy is also a girl's name. Every time I think Darcy.
That's why I chose it.
I know. But every time I think Darcy, especially because this character is a very social
Mr.
character,
Darcy.
I think of Mr. Darcy, and that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, sorry. Starting from the top here. Yeah, so they are going to make a vigilance check. Through and fail to see through the illusion.
Nice.
Good start.
Well, I didn't realize that you'd already made the choice. Congratulations.
Well, we're not actually quite there yet. If I could speak to you for a minute, aside?
Of course. Excuse me, please. I have to meet with my young protege here for a moment.
Elianna gives them a winning smile and leads Darcy off.
Oh, if you haven't made the choice yet, then you must be very close.
I'm not as close as I appear to be. The situation's complicated. There have been some developments. So I said that it was more Gauss before that was giving us trouble. Now we have a different name to investigate, and we think that she's here.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Finding her will probably be the key to clearing up this whole Vegas situation. So if you could help with that, that would be nice.
Who is it?
Her name is Daelga.
Oh.
Ah.
I see.
What do you see?
Yes, Daelga has made her presence known here.
I mean, could you tell me a little bit about her?
Well, she's sort of one of the more brutal aspects of the Sealy.
We have noticed that.
Well, what's that newfangled philosopher saying? Nature red in tooth and claw?
Darcy, you know I didn't go to college.
Of course, sorry. Basically, she sort of has dominion over thorny things and eating things and all of the parts of nature that like to kill other parts of nature. Growth without concern for anything else's growth.
Do you know where she might be at the moment and what her current interests are?
At the moment, I can't say where she is at the moment, but she is close. She has been here.
So she's likely not, here in this room. She's probably through the way.
If she was in this room, you would know.
Fair enough. All right. Well, is there anything else you might think it's important for me to know?
I am curious about the individuals you came in with.
Ah, yes. Yes.
I'm familiar with them. Have you been making new friends?
You could say that. Well, yes. Well, Yes. And they are in the same spot of trouble that I am. So we're sort of in this thing together, I suppose. And if that doesn't make us friends, at least for the moment, then I don't know what does.
Interesting.
Depends on your definition of friend, I guess.
It's a good point. Well, I'd suggest that you stay here a while.
Yes, it's not great out there, is it?
No, we've got protections here that should help us, though.
That's good to know, though I don't know how much good those protections will be, considering that we seem to have the perpetrator of all that chaos in our midst.
Well, she has no reason to harm us here.
That you know of.
Do you know something I don't?
No, I don't. I know a few things you don't, but not many.
Well, I suppose I will begin circling again. Unless there's anything else you want from me.
I don't think so. I think that's about it. Though if you find out anything interesting that might be useful for me to know, if you could just let me know, that would be great.
All right.
Thanks,
and by the way, good glamour.
Thank you. I didn't do it. My friend did. But I am very much enjoying it.
Who is your friend? I'm interested in meeting someone who can put up such an effective glamour.
We might not have time for that at the moment, but I will be sure to introduce you later.
All right.
Thanks, Darcy, you're a gem.
As are you.
Okay, so she's been here. It's probably through that way.
Wait, so she just made her way back to us?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So she moves back to the group.
So, do we just wait here for her, or do we want to follow into the way?
I didn't think that far ahead. We can't exactly call down the order on this place, because there are a lot of people here. Unless we evacuate them all through the way, and hope nobody else shows up. But then Dalga will know that we're coming, so...
One might suggest that we point the order through the way.
That is I think that's even worse, actually.
Yeah,
I think that's even worse.
Pose more deaths than necessary.
Do you think it would be possible to draw her out somehow?
Well, she is already looking for us, but I don't think dropping this glamour is a good idea.
No. I'm not saying, just dropping the glamour right in the middle here.
As fun as that would be.
I mean, setting up a trap for her.
A trap for the trapper.
We could have one person drop the glamour as bait.
It's a risky move.
These are risky times.
I wish I knew what she wanted. Set up something social.
But I think she wants the stagnation of the city to come to an end, as I believe we've been told before.
Well, yes, but every Seelie wants something from another Seelie, and I don't know what that is. If we could find out what that is, we could do something with it, but I don't know how we would find that out.
I don't suppose you could ask your friend over there if he would know?
I did ask them, and they didn't have any information, though they will let us know if they find anything.
I don't like not being in the know.
We could just send someone for her.
Oof.
We could say that we are here. We as ourselves are here and wish to speak with her, maybe just outside, and then, remain hiding in the crowd and hope she comes out to meet us.
It's worth a try.
That is definitely a good idea.
I mean, it's not like we've successfully fought her before, so I don't know what we would do at that point.
At this point, I don't know what to consider with all this.
So if we want her to get her to try to meet us outside, would we want to, have Voltaire get some order buddies or something to help out with that, or...
I mean, if there's one thing the Order is rather good at, it is chaos.
Can they do constrained chaos? Just hit this one spot, this one person, without devastating everything else?
Yes.
I mean, that is technically my job.
All right, well, I don't have any better ideas.
Let me make some calls.
There's no reception in this area.
I figured.
Yep.
I figured. Can Voltaire walk outside of the area to make calls?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's going to do that.
Okay, yeah, so you walk back out, and your reception's normal again.
Beautiful.
And That's when you're hit.
And then you're going to
Nathaniel?
let's check.
Nathaniel,
I am sorry.
mute yourself. Mute yourself as punishment.
To be fair, Jonathan was already grinning before Nathaniel said that.
I apologize because I was muted because other people were in a call in the next room. I thought you might be able to hear. But I specifically said, oh, is that another person going alone by themselves? And I apologize because I was muted.
I would like to use careful planning, the ever so wonderful talent that I currently possess.
Yes.
Do it.
To say that I asked Cayden to accompany me outside.
All right.
Does that walk?
Is that
Yep,
acceptable?
that walks.
Okay.
So you're both making vigilance checks then.
Glorious.
I knew it.
I have rank 1, willpower 2.
Oh, man.
And that is why I specifically
Ask for Cayden.
asked for Cayden.
Yep.
He has better luck in these type of
A
situations.
tiny bit more.
Well, more than Rian.
All right, what's Cayden?
It's 2 and 2 with 2 blue die.
Oh, I got heightened awareness. He's in what's
Oh, you have heightened awareness?
Hey.
I do.
What's that do?
4 blue die.
4 blue die. Nice.
Yeah, heck.
I love those talents, man.
What's your
They're the
talent
best.
in that?
It's like
2, 3,
2.
isn't it? It's 2.
No,
Two.
Mhm.
All right, so Voltaire dials as the phone is ringing. Thorny vines lash out at you guys. Cayden is going to take 1 strain as he dodges out of the way.
Okay.
And
Voltaire his phone is going to be smashed to the ground as thorny vines wrap around him.
Beautiful.
Thorns digging into him, dealing a total of 6 damage, not ignoring soak.
Ah!
Not ignoring so.
Ouch.
That's
Okay,
still
so
out.
I take 2.
And you are also now entangled.
Oh, fun.
And not perform maneuvers.
Ah!
I think we found her.
Hello, everyone. This is Zander, also known as Voltaire. I know it's kind of hard to tell when I'm not doing my French accent, but I can't keep it going all the time. Thank you for listening. Thank you for getting this far. We hope you're enjoying yourself. We would like to, at this current mid-roll, extend another thank you to Nathaniel Kruyer, our patron over at Patreon. Feel free to go check us out at Patreon/The Genesys Archive. You can also find us on all of the social media platforms, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, and Discord, all of which are linked in the descriptions to our various videos and media files on various platforms. Once again, we'd like to thank you for watching and remind you to send in whatever questions you have via Discord for a possible Q&A session after we finish this season. Once again, thank you from the bottom of all of our hearts. This is a dream come true for all of us, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Is this combat yet, or can I make a perception check to see if I can tell where she is or where this even came from?
Oh, she steps forward.
Never mind. Thank you.
Oh, wow.
She steps out of a cactus.
Oh,
How thematically appropriate.
Very.
what does she look like? And this is because Voltaire can see at least, and for the sake
Yes,
of the
Voltaire
audience.
can see.
So the Elga looks just as she did when she was claiming to be Morgause. The bright red hair, bright red eyes in slits, green dress, rose vines wrapped around it. And now she has a vine that burst out of the earth currently wrapped around Voltaire.
Mm-hmm.
With thorns digging into his flesh.
Great.
Did you really think your little glamours would be able to trick me?
Well, I mean, you have shown yourself, haven't you?
He glances around. Is this your skillful trap?
Wow, that's a nice, good. See, this is the circles game we were talking about. That's good.
I would reference again the fact that we are currently having a conversation.
Are you the one with the power in this situation? The vines grow tighter and you're going to take one more wound, ignoring soak.
Fair.
Ugh.
I am never the one with the power in any given situation, especially among your people.
And what about you, Hound? Are you planning to strike me down?
It's definitely within my thoughts, but I haven't decided as of yet.
Should I be afraid?
Well, that's clearly all up to you. I'm not one who controls how others are afraid of me or not. Besides, who can be afraid of a little hound?
So I assume your friends are inside.
That's assuming I have many friends.
Fine, then, your associates.
Most of my associates don't like me.
Well,
I mean, he just pays me, so.
unfortunately.
That's true.
Unfortunately, I'm not supposed to kill you this time.
Unfortunately?
It would be much more entertaining if I could lengthen this discussion a bit. The thorns in the vines grow longer. Digging your skin more, you get one more wound.
Are those ignoring soak?
Yeah. Each time I say one more wound, it's going to be ignoring soak. They've already gotten past his soak. Now they're just digging in deeper.
Got it.
Ouch.
Now, Dialga, you're ruining one of my favorite suits.
So you learned my name.
I mean, if you'd let me out of here, we could have a wonderful conversation of many other things that I've learned.
Can I at least ask about slow clapping be a form of sarcasm?
It's
Well,
not
yeah, so
a lie.
they can do sarcasm. They just can't do the main direct form of sarcasm.
Yeah.
The main direct one.
They
Okay.
can't do
That's why
lazy
the sarcasm
sarcasm.
has mostly been in the form of questions.
Mhm.
And then at the same time, like the clapping itself isn't speaking, so it just resembles the. Okay, I'm just clarifying, just so I can appreciate that she can do something like
If
this.
they weren't able to do that, then they wouldn't be able to take any deceptive action.
Yeah, they can deceive
fair.
in every way that is not a direct untruth.
Right.
They cannot say, if they think you're ugly, which they do think most humans are ugly, they cannot say, you are beautiful. Like,
It is all speech based.
That's hard. Yeah. Cayden is not in that boat. He refuses to be in that boat.
Oh, so tell me, Dialga, what formidable power has cowed one such as you into servitude?
Yes.
cowed. It's an interesting way to put it. I am not cowed.
And yet you said you're not allowed to kill us.
There's a hierarchy to things.
There's a hierarchy to many things, yet you seem one who does as she pleases. Hierarchy be damned.
You still know so little.
Woo! That is true.
I think it's time you both rejoin the party. Don't try to leave again. And the vines unravel and you kind of Looney Tunes spin back into the room.
I guess Cayden follows.
Yep. Well, yeah. Well, you get a control, but she's got multiple vines ready.
All right. He'll walk back in.
So Rian's been
You were
watching
making a phone call.
Yeah. Voltaire comes back.
Full of
Does he come
holes.
back?
See it through the glamour.
Like spinning, or is
Okay.
Elianna is talking.
So he stumbles back through, but you can't see the blood and his ruined suit because of the glamour.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
it? So
You walk back in. Cayden goes like, I think we're already in the trap, everybody.
let me guess. Dialga,
No, it was the Looney Tunes.
what are Looney Tunes?
It would take too long to explain.
Not important right now.
I've been in this world for this planet. I've been on this planet for 3 years, and I know what the Looney Tunes are.
We can all have a party and we'll all watch Looney Tunes and crime shows and The Librarian. For now, you went outside to make a phone call. What happened?
I came face to face with Dialga herself. She stepped out of a cactus, ruined one of my favorite suits, and encouraged us not to leave.
He was rather persuasive about it.
I'm surprised she didn't just kill you.
She specifically said that she's not allowed to.
Not allowed.
At least not yet. And since she's so intent on us not leaving, is why I said we already are here in the trap. Whatever amount, we will not be able to get out of here very easily.
Well, this is a much less violent trap than I was anticipating.
Oh, well, I
At
don't
least
know
physically.
if it's fully realized yet.
Jonathan?
Mm-hmm.
Since we were outside when my phone was broken, my phone being broken, that would have shut off whatever tracking ability the order put on it.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
Would that alert the order to any suspicions?
I imagine that might make dear Nikolai a little suspicious.
We might get an army at the door after all.
I don't know. It's a hope.
What say you? What say you, Jonathan?
I say nothing.
Because he's not allowed to reveal anything to us.
Of course.
I'm allowed to reveal whatever I want. I just pick and choose what I reveal.
Exactly.
Well, being that we were outside and not in here, my phone being assaulted as it was may prove advantageous.
How so?
Believe it or not, I am rather valuable to the Order, and they like to know where I am. Nikolai takes a perverse pleasure in knowing exactly where I am at any given point in time.
And this is a benefit because he won't come looking for you?
No, it's a benefit because my phone being destroyed right outside the last Sealy encampment
would probably warn him that something happened to you while you are here.
That doesn't bode well for anyone here's survival.
Yeah.
Then it might be advantageous to get everybody here out as fast as possible.
And how do you propose we
That might
do
be a bit of a tall order.
I think we'll be fine.
Who said that?
Darcy.
Darcy!
You guys?
Rian just turns around. And who are you?
People call me Darcy. I'm Elianna's mentor of sorts.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm assuming you heard all of that.
I did, yes.
Do you have any ideas? Because I know that I don't hold enough sway to get all these people to evacuate through the way.
Everyone here will be safe.
Really?
Care to elaborate a bit?
Our lady has seen to everything.
Voltaire palmed his face.
The crowd goes quiet. All of their conversations hush. And Elaine steps out of the way in her full glory and beauty and walks over to her throne in the center.
What?
I knew I didn't. I knew it.
Hold on, we don't know.
Knew it.
Hold on.
What?
Don't jump to conclusions.
Let us continue.
Elianna, Joan, Cayden, Rian, Voltaire, please come up.
Elianna does.
Rian.
Voltaire is following.
Rian is
Cayden
following
reluctantly
cautiously.
follows.
Yeah, Rian's doing the same thing, reluctantly, but also cautiously following.
You don't need these disguises here. She waves her hand and the glamour vanishes.
Oh,
The crowd collectively.
No, there's no.
I think we're too used to glamours to really be surprised.
90% of them use them on a regular basis.
I know.
Exactly.
Yeah, Joe looks really disappointed that he's not a leprechaun anymore. Please, you have no need to worry here. You will be safe.
Forgive me for speaking out of sorts, but what of those outside? We recently came into contact with Dialga.
She is simply here to make sure that you do not leave.
What exactly would we be safe from?
What must be done?
And what must be done?
I knew it.
What?
For reference, Zander has
muted himself
and just went on an angry rant.
I think we all feel that way on the inside.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Freaking call.
I knew it.
I have the text logs.
Jonathan, who texted they think Elaine first?
First, who said it first?
Who said it first?
Aaron.
Yes!
I knew it. I knew it from the very first time I saw her. I was like, no, I don't know.
Well, you texted faster.
And I specifically added in a text that the only person I've ever like truly felt was responsible was Elaine, because
you thought she was sketchy before I did. I know.
Yep.
You know that.
And part of that was because Cayden has not trusted her from the beginning.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
all right. Back to the scene.
Let's continue.
And what would that be?
You can see like genuine sadness in her face and hear it in her voice. Like, this city has been a place of suffering and pain and despair for so long, ruled by men, women, and things that feed off of despair, off of greed, off of the worst parts of humanity. And in building their empire, they have trodden so many under their feet. So much pain and suffering in this city. I can feel it just being here. The slate has to be cleaned if there's to be any hope for this valley to be a place of life again.
What about the downtrodden? The downtrodden who you're trying to help?
The Alga is right. Sometimes things must die for new life to grow. Many will die, but more will live. Here, in this place of life, when this city is swept clean, we'll be able to have a new beginning. Without demons, without corporations, without all of these forces pulling on them, mortals will have a place where they can be truly free of all of that.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude, my lady, but do you know what the city is built on? Do you know what will happen when the power structure here is destabilized? You're not gonna get life here. You're gonna get death.
Why do you think we have collected so many children of summer in a place so tied to life, the last place tied to life in this valley? Here, we will be protected from the beast.
How long are you going to stay here?
The beast can only break his bonds for so long. He will ravage and destroy, and then there will be nothing left here in this valley but us. And from this place, life will begin anew.
Then tell me, what makes you any different from Nikolai, whom I serve?
I take no pleasure in suffering. It hurts.
And yet,
it hurts me on every level to see all this suffering. It will cause me pain when people die. Would you prefer that the cycle in the city continues? Do you know how many people die every day? How many people are driven to madness? How many people are robbed of house and home and family and left to be food for despair drinkers? Be left in squalor, hiding in tunnels where beasts of nightmare hunt them for sport? This city is rotten to its core, built by a man who cared only for power. I don't care for power. I don't enjoy the causing of pain.
And yet the Lady of Spring sits on a despot's throne before my eyes, plotting the demise of all life in this city. Forgive me if I don't take you seriously.
I cannot lie. You know this.
I also know that your kind are very skilled at not telling the entire truth. So tell me, what makes you so different from Nikolai, who provides those who are here the freedom to choose where that lands them? I mean,
can you really call it freedom? Have you seen the way this place is designed? Everything here is a trap. Flashing lights, billboards, signs promising every desire they could possibly have. Promising pleasure, promising happiness, promising wealth. And what are they given? Their wallets are emptied, their souls are drained, and they are left searching for their next high because there's, whether it be a literal high from drugs or their next rush they get from a small winning. People gamble away memories, years of their lives, to a corporation that cares nothing.
So you are here to take away the choice of the people.
I am here to take away their suffering. Those who die will have their suffering ended. And those who come after, those who live in this valley when it's all wiped clean and life grows again, there will be no Order of St. Lucifer here for them. There will be no circle, no Olympus Industries. I will leave with just the spirits of growth left behind. And this place will be a garden. It may not be paradise, because they are human, they are flawed, but no longer will demons and worse be manipulating them.
You don't have to raise a city to change a system. This is insanely dramatic. I'm sorry, but it is. There are other ways. And you are not the sole arbiter of justice in this place.
May I just be a little frank? I don't imagine that after this nation witnesses a city like Vegas fall prey to its own madness and destroyed, only to replace by life, would many humans be willing to choose to come here? Now, what life will remain will be, as you said, this garden, and following along the great equalizer of humanity, they will choose not to come.
And people say that the Fae don't understand humans. Humans will come wherever there is opportunity. Sure, they may fear for a time, but this place will be thriving. Farmers will come seeking the newly fertile soil. Businessmen will come with desires to build communities and homes.
And so the cycle begins again then, as eventually every society comes down to that level of corruption. Like, you think that
but there will be no more order, no more circle, no more Olympus Industries.
And what about the...
And you think the humans are any better?
I can understand why you think so little of humans. But look at what you've done. You, a member of the Order. You, my sister's hound. People who, for all rights and purposes, shouldn't care, but you do. I see in your face, Elianna, the pain. I feel it in your heart. And you, Joan, you are a microcosm of humanity. Flawed, manipulated, angry, but there is so much good in each of you as well. Humanity is unique. You have something the rest of us don't have. You have free will. And it is a beautiful, beautiful thing. It is a thing that has led to wars and death, but it has also led to music and creation, unlike anything the Fae or any other supernatural being could create. The songs of the Fae can cloud the mind and do all sorts of magical things, but the songs of mortals, created with their free will, can bind two souls together, can inspire greatness. I will forever be envious of humanity.
You have no right to take that free will away from these people.
I'm not taking it away.
You're making a choice for them. You're deciding their fate, and they do not have the option to choose for themselves because they do not know any better.
They don't know about the war that's about to be unleashed upon them, and they will all be victims of this new beginning.
They're just going to die, and all that beautiful free will be gone.
I do not want to hurt anyone here.
Then why are you doing it? It doesn't matter if you don't want to do it, you're still doing it. That does not justify your actions.
Is there another way to end this cycle the city is trapped in? Another way to root out the Order, to end the soul trading, to end the despair and the suffering? Many people will die in this, yes, but fewer people will die in this moment than would have died in the following years. If I were to cease to stop this all now, in a matter of years, maybe decades, for being generous, more people would have died in this city over the course of that time than will die in this single cleansing.
Can you
As those
honestly...
in power,
Sorry, can you honestly tell me that you've looked for a solution that would primarily benefit these people? Have you looked for a better solution than this that would not harm these specific people? Can you honestly tell me that you have done that and that you are putting their best interests in your planning?
I have found no way to end their suffering any other way.
That wasn't a yes. This is a cheap, quick and easy solution. It's messy, and I'm honestly kind of astounded that you're stooping to this level. There are better solutions. It just takes time and probably collaboration, which I get you're not big on it. I'm not that big on it either, but it's worth it if you actually care about helping these people.
What would your solution be?
I don't know yet. Time, collaboration. What did I just say?
Collaboration with who?
The other factions of this city.
They have no reason to change how things are.
You don't know that.
The Order feeds on sin, on pain, and on suffering. It is what it is built on. Olympus Industries is ruled by a pantheon of gods who have never cared for mortals, except maybe as pawns, tools, and occasionally lovers. The Circle cares only for their own knowledge. And vampires, as long as they're fed, why would any of these factions care about the suffering of those beneath them? They've never cared in the past. And as far as I've seen, they do not care now. They enjoy the situation as it is. The only desire they would have to change is for them to be the ones on top.
Everyone wants something, and if this is what you want, I don't know why you wouldn't take the lengths it requires to achieve that.
I am taking the lengths it requires to achieve it.
You're taking the easy way out.
This is not easy for me.
You're taking the coward's route to an early solution.
with those in power claiming to choose the lesser evil. I am curious, though. Is your plan to keep us here as well?
I like you. I've watched you as you've worked and tried and fought to help the people of this city. Several of you with no real reason to. Yes, you were interfering with my plans, but that is immaterial. I like you, and given the chance, I would save you from the coming cataclysm.
What if we don't want to be saved? What then? Are you going to let us out, or can we use our free will to choose to leave here?
Not until it is too late. I cannot allow an army of demons to come here.
And so the despot reveals her true colors. I call you coward.
Call me what you wish.
And I will take my chances with your compatriot outside.
I understand.
He turns, and he's leaving.
I will not hold you here. If you really wish to fight your way out, then I suppose that is what you will do. But I ask, please stay.
As Voltaire is walking away, he says, I would rather take my chances out in this so-called corrupted city than sit here and listen to a despot's ramblings trying to justify her actions.
She turns to the rest of the group. Elianna, I know how much this hurts you. It hurts me even more. Please understand, I can feel here in the center of this city's life, what is left of it. I can feel the pain of every mortal in this city. I can feel the hunger of men and women on the streets begging for change. I can feel the fear of children hiding in tunnels deep beneath the earth, running from things they can't describe. I can feel the despair of a man who has just left a casino with nothing left to his name, as 3 hungry drinkers close in around him. It's so much. If I could save every mortal in this city while still bringing down those who cause them all this suffering, I would. I can't. I don't have the power on my own to bring down the Order of St. Lucifer, to kick Olympus Industries out of the city, to rout the Circle, to convince my sister to close her gates, bring all of her followers back into Avalon and out of the city. I don't have the power or influence required to free these people. All I can do is wipe the slate clean and start from scratch. Maybe if I stayed, I could reduce the suffering in the city a bit. I could make things a little better, but it would never be enough.
Rian, you've been very quiet this whole time. How do you feel about all this?
So Rian's just been taking this all in, listening, and anyone paying attention, you could see some tears rolling down his face as he's listening to all this. And he's got clenched fists right now underneath his shawl. How do I feel about this? I feel that if you continue with this plan, you will be causing far more pain than you probably realize. Humans will most likely not come looking for opportunity when the city is destroyed. They will more likely retaliate out of fear of the power you have and will release.
They will have no knowledge that I had anything to do with it. There will be no evidence of what happened. And mortals will do as they do. They will find ways to explain it. And right. I know exactly how much pain this will cause, because I can feel it. I do not simply sympathize or empathize with people in pain. I empathize in the most literal of ways. Wherever I am, I feel it all. I feel life as it happens. I feel life with all of its joys and all of its pains. And this city, there is some joy here, but there is so much more pain. So please, do not say that I do not know how much pain this will cause, because I do. I have weighed and I have measured.
But what of the pain of all the supernatural worlds that this will most likely cause? Have you considered that?
You mean the pain of demons? The pain of soulless vampires who care only for their next meal? The pain of monsters that eat the flesh of children? Are those the creatures that you ask me of?
Yes.
No, I do not care about the pain that a demon feels before it is thrust back from whence it came, or the pain that a monster feels as it dies after eating hundreds of children over the centuries, or the pain that a vampire feels after their hundreds of years of feeding. They have no souls. They have no hereafter. They are not true life. Mortals are all that matter in the end. I do not matter in the end. I am simply one aspect of the world. I am the spring. I am the dawn. But why do these things exist? They exist for the mortals, for the humans.
Then I think that you misunderstand a little about humans a little more. You've already said yourself that there are humans here demanding change. And the situation as you described of monsters preying on children and vampires sucking life from others and demons making deals and preying on mortals. That is the state of not just this city. That is the world in which us mortals live.
But this city was built for them. Monsters are all over the world, yes. They are in New York and Shanghai and London and more. They are in small towns. They are in the wilderness. But this city was built by a man who made a deal. The city was built with the intent of feeding the hunger of the worst of the underworld. It was built so that the worst things could thrive. And they have.
And if those who wish for change, that are truly capable of change, have to be willing to make those choices themselves. You, as yourself said, you are as you are. Your role in this world, as much as all the others, are not fully capable of change. For humans to be able to come about and make changes, as silly and as idealistic as it sounds, that's for humans to choose to do. And as hard as it may seem and as flawed as we are capable of change. We might be a microcosm, as you've described us, but that still proves just as much that mortals are the ones who decide to be better and to change. And even in this very, very wicked city, that is still always possible. That is the gift of free will. It is the gift that humanity has both abused and utilized. This city can change, albeit it might take a very long time.
You're not going to change her mind.
I know.
She's Fae, and she's decided. You talk about how much you love free will. Are you envious? Of course you do. You can't lie there. But this is it. You've done as your nature directs, and you can't change your mind. We're wasting time here. We can debate with her until our 24 hours are up, which she may very well want us to do, because then it would have been too late. She would have won, and we would have survived. I, personally, I don't want to die, but I would rather be out there doing something than doing nothing. So, I'm following Voltaire out.
I'm going to take a piece of my own advice and choose to be better. And he follows Joan.
My beautiful niece, so strong-willed. Never would have believed that Morgan could raise such a girl. What about you two? Are you also going to leave? To die out there?
You know that I want to stay here more than anything else. I'm sure that of anyone, you know that to stay here and make this choice is what I want more. It's what I've always wanted. Oh, what is this? What is this?
Agency.
Ah!
Shoot.
For Elianna.
All right. You know I want this more than anything else. Not your plan, but to stay here with these people. But my dad's out there. He probably hasn't left. I asked him to. He's probably still here. Joseph, Michael's girlfriend, is out there. She doesn't know what's going on. I don't know if you knew the names of all the people you killed, but he has a girlfriend that loved him very much, and someone has to let them know that a storm is coming. And I have a nature too. I have two natures, and at a certain point, I have to pick one, and this seems to be the point at which I pick. So I'm sorry. I feel like I'm betraying everything that I am, but I can't help my nature. So goodbye, and honestly, screw you. And Elianna walks out, and she looks at Darcy, just utterly betrayed, and shakes her head and walks out the door.
All right. So that is an agency decision there, as I evidence with that story point.
How much agency did that give her?
10.
Nice.
10. Nice.
Thank you very much.
She's back to basically normal.
No.
What?
No?
No, this is 15. This is huge.
Ooh.
She is back to normal then.
Boy.
No,
She's
what is
back
she
at
at
50.
right now?
Because weren't you like...
She's at 35 out of 50. So that would put her back at 50, right?
Yeah, she's back to being a normal human.
Well, she's still changeling. She hasn't gotten rid of her Fae nature completely.
Right.
But yeah.
Does Elaine say anything more to Rian before I make my decision?
You would be safe here. When all of this was done, you could then have a choice. You could settle here and not have to worry about the struggle again. Or you could leave and continue the good fight out there in the world.
It may be true that I would be safe if I chose to stay. but I could not live with myself if I stood around and did nothing, as those that I have sworn to protect as a member of the Spirit Guard died without me doing a single notion to save them. Rian then just turns around, starts walking out.
I am sorry to all of you. Goodbye. And outside, Delga is there waiting.
I swear.
Oh, I've been waiting for this. All right. So,
Hell!
how does everyone feel after that?
I want to do something.
Such good morally dilemma stuff. It was glorious and beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
I love all of it and yet hate all of it at the same time.
It was good stuff.
It is good stuff.
That was great stuff.
My whole life. My whole life has changed.
Yeah, it
My
is.
whole
Yeah.
life has changed.
Yeah.
I'm dying.
How do you
gonna go
like
take-
Dead.
How do you like Elaine as our big bad?
I like it very
It's a
much.
twist.
It's good.
I like it
It's a
very
twist.
That was
That
the
is
biggest twist ever.
So much better than just having Morgause be the one. No, this
Yeah.
is way better. I am all for this.
Yeah.
But then again, I freaking called it.
Now we need to find a way to stop her
Felt it.
before.
First, we gotta fight off.
Dialga.
Dialga.
Mhm.
Why did I say Diga? I don't know why I said Diga.
Degas is a French painter.
Yep.
Big
not-
eye.
That's
not
why we've been learning historical painters in art history. That's why I said Diga.
Yeah, Degas is a painter.
Degas is
Dialga
what
is
we've
the
had
Galish
to-
word for thorn, and Dialga is a Pokemon.
Dialga is a Pokemon. Because every time I kept searching it, it would always pop up because occasionally other languages spell it differently.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like Dialga, like it's pronounced Dialga, but it's like Dialga.
No. Art history
I
is
thought I
getting
knew
into
that
French painters, and that's why I thought Diga.
It's like the exact same thing. It's pretty much the same thing that like you hear about in the Adventure Zone, where they talk about actually having cards that list exactly how all the spells work and stuff.
No, I still haven't even started listening to that.
That's okay.
Shame.
No shame. Hey.
I need to get a bell. Shame.
Shame.
I'm not shaming you, Daniel.
Jonathan and Xander are the only ones who shame me
shame.
about the things I don't do.
That's because I watched Game of Thrones, and there's a big thing. It's like there's a big thing in Game of Thrones with the shame and the bells.
Still, but you two,
A person gets like walked down the city with a bunch of nuns next to them saying "shame, ding ding."
Oh my gosh.
Shame, ding.
but you two the most seem to shame me on on a lot of the things that I haven't done that you have done. It's like, why?
Because you hang out with them a lot.
It's true.
Certainly more than me and Caitlin in the last few months. So there it is. There's your explanation given to you. No, Caitlin, that'll break my heart. Stop it.
Right. Well, Elianna walks up to. I hear my own voice.
I don't hear it.
I heard it for like a second, but it's gone now.
Elianna walks up to this guy. Nope, I still hear it. Where is it coming from?
I don't hear it.
Not me.
Okay, I'm talking now. Nope, it's Jonathan's side. You turn your speaker down a smidge. Will you still be able to hear? It's loud
Jonathan,
enough
don't
to
you have
be
a
an
headset
issue.
and some earbuds you can use?
Just a sec.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Nope,
How about that?
we're good.
We're good?
I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good. I think we're good.
Okay.
I think I can.
I think I can. I think I can.
Okay, yeah. So he's also walking.
Yes.
How much longer?
Excellent question.
We're nearing the end of the session. We've got a bit left.
Ballpark it for me.
30 minutes?
Somewhere between 10 and 30 minutes.
30 to 45 minutes.
Fair. That's
That
fair.
is fair.
Okay.
That is us. That's good.
I like it.